Hi there, Jen Gilchrist here with another weekly intuitive insights and oracle card reading to help you align with your highest and best path, next steps, recognize potential pitfalls, and all the things that will support you in having a grounded, prosperous week. I'm working with the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn this week to start with, and we'll see what comes up. For those of you that are new to me, I work with highly sensitive, intuitive, empathic people who have gone through a spiritual awakening and are either figuring out how to find their way through with their abilities, with their sensitivities, being an empath, and those who have gone a little further through their spiritual awakening and feeling called into their higher soul's purpose. I help you to develop your intuition, your gifts in a way that is not overwhelming to you. So those are just for some of the new people that might be following us. So let's see. I'm going to see what is coming up today. So the first card is coming into your power. I said, I step into my power boldly and confidently. So I feel, on the heels of last week, this is really standing in your power. I think a lot of you, this is about stepping into your purpose. I feel like in this coming year, you're really being called even further, whether it's taking a leap into taking action on what you feel called to in a soul's purpose, whether that's changing careers, writing a book, leading a retreat, whatever it is that in your heart and soul is like that bigger vision dream, but you haven't necessarily either made it a priority or started yet. And then for some of you, it's about just going to the next level. It could also be just standing in your power in terms of you do have a conflict with somebody else or a situation, taking your stand, speaking your truth, having a boundary, whether that's at work or in relationships. But I feel like for a high percentage of you, that this actually has a lot to do with your soul's work, and it could be both, right? If you have something particular going on, we'll come into this more, but this feels like very much aligning with our higher soul's path and listening, opening and taking the time. So I feel like next step, like making sure you're taking the time to listen to the guidance, right? This is about you standing in alignment with your higher self, with that higher truth of who you are, that connection with source directly. Listen with your heart. Beautiful. Sometimes when we get into our head, if we have a big vision or a dream that feels out of reach or it feels big or we don't know how, right? We try to figure it out. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming and we can spin our wheels, right? So part of coming into your power is being able to take the action. And this is saying, listen to your heart, right? That is the connection to your soul, is the gateway to the divine. It is where the truth lies, that it's outside of the analyzer, outside of the mind, which is where fear and doubt can sometimes start to spin and get you off track. It feels like your angels, your guides, your higher self, God, source, universe, right, is really speaking directly to you, but you have to quiet enough to hear and be receptive to that, right? So this is about taking action, but it's taking action from that soul-inspired place. So it's really, can you lean into that connection with your intuition? Can you start to create a little quiet time and quiet space if you're unsure of the actions, right? But then ultimately feel the fear and do it anyway sometimes, right? There's a level of taking action, standing firm. I am noble, brave, and strong. And so this does speak to both instances of this first one. This could be about standing strong in your boundary and your truth and your decision, right? Whether it's in the face of other people not understanding your choices about maybe a career change, as an example, or just taking a stand or grounding a boundary with somebody. This is really can be interpreted as to what's happening for you. I feel like you'll know. Um, and then it also says, I'm brave, noble, and strong. So this is also just having the courage to speak your truth, share your gifts, follow your dreams, know that you have all the information that you need. Just open your heart and listen with your soul, with your body, right? With your intuition. This card just happens to peek out at me off the bottom of the deck, and it says, Mending bridges. I heal rifts and I am a mender. So this could be, I feel like this is multiple messages. This is sort of like kind of a sidebar message that I just felt called to talk about. And then this is right underneath it. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, how sometimes they just start popping out at you. So secondary message that could be on the heels of what we're speaking to, or a separate message altogether. Mending and how you heal rifts. So for some of the people that feel like this has to do with standing your ground, having a boundary, healing a conflict, that could very much be take the time to mend the rift. Now, this also can be a division between you and yourself, right? A war between your ego and your higher self, between who you are as a person and what your soul is guiding you to do. So this could be with another person, or it could be about integrating fully more of that higher truth of who you are. Either way, I feel like if this is resonating as a second part of the reading, then it will make sense for you. And it does say communicating freely and then receiving messages from angels. So I feel like it's almost like another layer of, for a lot of you, while this could be about your purpose, I do feel strongly there could be that secondary, what your next step is, might be about a conflict with somebody or yourself, rectifying who you are and who you came to be, and or a relationship or situation specific, which you would be aware of if that's the case. And because this does say communicating from the depths of my being, so if that is with a conflict with somebody, then that, that's, you probably know what you want to say, but maybe haven't. And then for some of you that feel called to more of the purpose message, and again, both of these could resonate for you, because oftentimes our blocks are in showing up in our personal life and our situations and in our day-to-day life and experiences with people that's standing in the way of us really feeling confident to share our gifts in the world. Like I know the visibility fears and stuff that I had a lot to do with now healing conflict within myself or with my family or with the past, right? So communicating flurry, this could be about also just speaking your message and your truth. Maybe if sometimes there's a little level of coming out of the spiritual closet that might not be that comfortable. If you're feeling called to a soul's purpose, that might be outside of your comfort zone, in which case this is about, allowing your message and your gifts to be even more true to who you are. I don't think that we ever are like purposely hiding or lying, but sometimes we might water down in order to feel more accepted by the society or a family or a friend. So this is like could be a deeper message for some of you about really clearing those visibility fears about being true to who you are, right? Whether that's in business or relationship. And receiving messages from the angel. And this is just kind of another double message back to what I was seeing, indirectly within this picture of the listening with your heart, which is your angels and guides are with you. Connect with your soul, connect with God, connect with the universe, your angels, your guides. Really be in that receptive mode to asking what are the best next steps? How can you ground healthy communication? Or what is the next step in my purpose work? Or how do I resolve the situation? Whatever is most present for you at this time. And so with that, I am going to give you a couple of thoughts here. So I think the Meet Your Spirit Guide, we are still working a lot with, a lot of you may have need a little support with working with your spirit guides. And so I have a free Meet Your Spirit Guide meditation there. And then if I think about what is the next thing that would support you, yeah, I feel like I could also give you the soul contract. So maybe you're in a pattern or feeling stuck about sharing your gifts and purpose, and you're recognizing a pattern of behavior about not speaking your truth or standing your ground, or if you have a personal conflict with somebody or some pattern or an agreement or energy cord or something that's holding you back. Then I'll put my Releasing Soul Contracts meditation in there as well. They're both free and they're both very powerful. And so I will put those in the description area for you. If you found this to be helpful, I would love to hear how this resonates for you, of course, in the comments below. And also feel free to share with your friends or community if you feel this would be supportive to them as well. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.